Hi everyone, welcome to Belle's Books and welcome to a vlog. Who is this? So this weekend I thought I'd do a vlog because it's Friday today and that means it's cozy reading night hosted by Lauren. So I thought I'd do cozy reading night, depending on what Dan wants to do this evening. He might want to watch a film, but either way I'm going to participate a little bit. I'm going to talk to you about the books I'm currently reading. I got some excellent book posts yesterday, so I'm going to show you that. Also, Fridays are the days that I don't work at my day job. So I usually do PhD stuff. So we have a PhD Zoom call that runs pretty much every day. So I'm going to join that. Might do a bit of a time lapse, show you me doing some PhD stuff with my excellent PhD mates. And I thought I would show you a little bit of gardening because I've started some seeds off in my greenhouse. Might even take you down the allotment, which is a mess. But so this vlog, I thought it would be a bit of reading, a bit of PhD stuff, a bit of gardening, a bit different, you know. Also, I have succumbed to the Joni clothing hype and bought myself this excellent jumper because I just love their reading jumpers and I really wanted one, and I was hoping to get one for my birthday and I didn't. And I do this thing when it's my birthday, and if I don't get things that I was hoping for, I just buy them myself afterwards, which is bad, but anyway, I've got it now and I bloody love it. I'm going to wear this to work tomorrow. I work in a library on Saturdays, so I will take you there as well if I can a little bit. I'll take you on the walk there anyway. Very appropriate for a library setting. The pigeons are going nuts outside. My house sits on a river, so we have lots of birds because there's massive trees in front of my house, and pigeons. I love pigeons. I know people hate them, but they always come to my bird feeder, which is fine. But sometimes they hit the windows, which is really upsetting, and they leave a little imprint of their whole bodies on my windows. I just feel for them because they really whack it. Like it sounds like a football hitting the window. And I go, are you all right? They look a bit dazed and they fly off. Anyway, let's talk about the books I'm reading right now. So, I mentioned this one before. I'm reading Pasty by Nicole Dennis-Benn. This is for my book club. The book club that I go to in Cambridge. And now restrictions are lifting in the UK. I can go and meet with my book club again. We'll go for a walk outside and talk about this. This is quite a big book. I'm only 100 pages in. It's a 400-pager, but I'm really enjoying it so far. So this is about a woman, Patsy, who lives in Jamaica, and she is desperate to go to America. And her best friend, Cicely, is already out there. And she leaves Jamaica and she leaves her small daughter behind to go to follow this dream of America being the land of promise. So at the moment I've just got to the part where she's just got to America and is staying with her friend. And I'm finding it really engaging. I am enjoying the writing style. So the conversation, the dialogue between Patsy and her friend is in like dialect, and so it takes me a while to kind of get into the rhythm of the dialect, but I'm really enjoying the writing style, and I'm totally invested in this character now, and particularly her daughter, because at the moment you swing back between Patsy's narrative in America and her daughter True back in Jamaica, and because Patsy's just left her, it's just heartbreaking. Like my heart is bleeding for this little girl that misses her mum. So I'm very much enjoying this at the moment. The other thing I picked back up was this poetry collection, 3 poems by Sullivan. I started this ages ago and I didn't finish it. I don't know why. I just one of those things where I just put it down and didn't pick it back up again. So because it was such a long time ago that I started reading it, I thought I'd start again. So I have started again, and I've only got like one section left. So this is 3 long poems. So I've got the last poem left. So I might finish this tonight on cozy reading night. Because what I've done is I've gone back through my Goodreads. Now I've been trying to move from Goodreads to Storygraph, which I'm using both at the moment, but because Goodreads has I have an app on my phone, I find that quicker and easier to update. So I'll only update the story graph when I'm on my PC, on my laptop. And I've gone back through my Goodreads and I've got a ridiculous amount of currently reading books on there, because they are books that I've just put down and not carried on with. So I'm going through that and thinking, do I want to finish this book? Some of them are like academic, so I shouldn't have put them on there. I don't know why I listed them. They're books that I dip in and out to for my PhD, so I might just take those off. But this poetry collection and a short story collection by Leone Ross, Come Let Us Sing Anyway, I want to finish those two, so I might pick that up tonight actually as well. So the books on my currently reading on Goodreads, I'm just trying to get rid of. I'm going to work my way through those to finish them off. Now, book post I got yesterday. I had a belated birthday gift from my Auntie Jane, which was lovely. Thank you very much, Auntie Jane. So I spent that, and 2 of the books arrived. So I bought 3 books with that gift voucher. And these are things that have been hanging around on my Amazon wish list for a while. Again, part of, if I didn't get it for my birthday, I'd buy it for myself. But this technically is a birthday gift, just from my Auntie Jane. So I bought The Mists of Avalon by Marion Zimmer Bradley. This is such a like, the size of this book is weird. It's very narrow, but it's chunky. It is 1,000 pages, which I did not realise. Anyway, this is fantasy, and I put this on my wish list ages ago because I think one of my friends, my witchy friends, was talking about it, and it's basically a fantasy around the Arthurian legend. So it picks up the Arthurian characters, and particularly Morgan Le Fay, and I adore Morgan Le Fay. So I'm very excited. I don't know, like, I think I'm just going to start this and have it as a slow burner because, you know, 1,000 pages, you know what I'm like with big books, I do not get through them quickly. So yeah, I'm just going to start this and keep you updated on that. Okay, and then I bought a beautiful edition, a nice cloth-bound classic of Middlemarch by George Eliot. I want to read Middlemarch, I want to read more classics. And I do have a copy that my friend Grace got for me from Oxfam, but the print was teeny tiny, and I struggle with tiny print. So I was like, I can't read that. My eyes will go like this. So I got a beautiful edition of Middlemarch, which no doubt will help me picking it up as well. This is, again, not a small book, but it's one of those classics that's been on my list to read for a long time. So I'm not sure when I will start this. I kind of want to get it read by the new academic year because it is one of the set texts that is on a module that I applied to teach when through Birkbeck, through my university. So as a PhD student, I can apply for teaching hours, and I did, but because of COVID last year, we didn't, there was like hardly any teaching hours went to PhD students, and this is one of the set texts on the modules that I was thinking about applying for. So I want to read this by September in case I get to apply for teaching again, and in case I get it. Then this book, which sounds fabulous. I mean, I knew nothing about it. I saw it on Pauline's Instagram from Dancing Lawn. I'll link her channel down below in the description box. No Modernism Without Lesbians by Diana Souhami. Never heard of it, but as soon as I saw it, I was like, wow, I want to know about this book. So I just bought it. So it has, this is about 4 women. So Sylvia Beach, Briar, Natalie Barney and Gertrude Stein. I've only heard of Gertrude Stein. I don't know of these other women. But it says a trailblazing publisher, a patron of artists, a society hostess, a groundbreaking writer, all women who loved women. They rejected the patriarchy and made lives of their own, forming a community around themselves in Paris in the first half of the 20th century. Now, I love reading things about modernism because, again, it's linked to my PhD. I love reading things about Paris. This just sounds perfect. So I'm going to count this as PhD research. So probably we'll start it imminently. Then my lovely friend Dickon sent me this in the post. It is the Women's Prize Longlisted No One Is Talking About This by Patricia Lockwood, just without his dust jacket. Thank you very much, Dickon. You're an absolute star. He read it and then was getting rid of it and said he would pass it on to me. And I'm very pleased to be getting hold of most of the Women's Prize longlist because I'm trying to read most of them. I will link my Women's Prize longlist video up here and down below if you haven't yet seen it. And I've fallen into a bad trap of looking on Depop for books. Okay, so I know I didn't, this is bad, but I was just looking on Depop and saw Passing by Nella Larsen was on there for like, I don't know, £4 or something with no postage. So I thought, I'm having that. So this arrived yesterday. It's a second-hand copy, but it's a very nice copy. So, and a very small book. So I want to read this along with The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. Again, not sure when I'll get to it, but I'm very pleased I have a copy now. Okay, so that's on my book post. I have some errands to run now, and I will see you when I am doing my PhD check-in. It's cozy reading night now. It's just gone 6 o'clock. I've been at my desk for a few hours doing PhD work, but I haven't had my head in it. I've been feeling super tired. Got an ASMR room on the TV. It's very dramatic, and the washing machine in the background. It's nice sounds. I've got my stack of books that I'm gonna work my way through this evening. So I'm gonna start with this poetry collection and try and finish this first so that I can actually finish something. Got my little candle on that there. So let's do some reading. greenhouse, my tiny little greenhouse, and I'm going to sow some seeds now. My mum has just been round and dropped off some courgette seeds, which I was lacking. So I'm just going to vlog doing some seed sowing, which I thought would be a nice thing to do. I'm actually waiting for a bunch of seeds to arrive. I'm late in the game at the moment, so usually I would have sowed a lot more by now, but the weather has been colder, so I'm not that bothered. I'm just gonna sow them when they get here. But the things that I have sowed, I'll turn the camera around and show you. So I sow all of my seeds in toilet rolls because they are free, readily available. I get the Who Gives a Crap toilet paper delivered, and the roll middles are very hard and durable, which is great for seed sowing. So I fill them with seed compost, and I just write on them very terribly what's in there. So the back row there, I've got peppers. This row I put out for courgettes, and then realised I only had one courgette seed left, which is why my mum's dropped some off for me. Then I've got beans here, more bean, and then some sprouts here, and then my 2 little tomato seedlings which my mum gave to me. So I'll set the camera up and then we can sow some courgette seeds. Okay, so I've got my courgette seed packet that my mum gave me, and I've already put my toilet roll middles ready. So these are all filled with compost and they're empty. Well, apart from that one. So what I tend to do is water them before I put the seeds in, so that the seeds don't get washed out. This is green, very green looking, because it's rainwater. It's rainwater I collected in my watering can. So I'll put a little bit of water in each courgette toilet roll middle. And if it's dry, it kind of sits on top, so you have to wait for that to go down a little bit. And this one does have a seed in, but it hasn't germinated yet, so I'm going to keep an eye on that. And I might as well water the other ones while I'm here. Water my beans. I'm terrible at getting water in the toilet roll middles. My sprouts. And they do go soggy, but generally, because these ones are quite rigid, they hold up until you need to plant them. So by the time your seedlings have germinated and they've got a little seedling in there, when you come to plant it out, I just pick up the whole thing and hold the roots underneath, lay them down in a box, and then I transport them to the allotment, and that seems to work. Let's water this spider plant while we're here. That's a spider plant that I split up because I had one spider plant and it made it into 3 different plants because they are fast growers. Now let's get our seeds out, or drop the packet. Clam seeds. I'm hiding in the bottom. Okay, courgette seeds are easy to see because they are large. See, they're quite big. So, and also when you're planting courgette seeds that are flat like this, it's best to plant them upright rather than flat on the soil, because they have a tendency to rot if you plant them that way. So if you put them upright, less chance of rot. So my water's not gone down in here. I'm going to push them down into the soil, and that water will eventually sink down. There we go. So I need one more. I've got 1 seed left and I need 1 more toilet roll. Yes. Toilet roll here. Put my seed down there. And I write very badly what it is. Courgette. And And then, so this tray I've got here is just vermiculite, so it's just grit. And that's good because it also means that it helps like keep the toilet rolls squidged in. That's a technical term. So I just squidge them in like that. And then I get a handful of seed compost, which is different to normal compost. And it's not very, there's no method to it. It's all very messy. I just push it down. Let me move that tomato so you can see. So I push my seed down into my toilet roll, and it's all overflowed and it's fine. And then I'll water it a little bit. And it sinks down. It's all very slow. You have to be very slow when you're doing this. I'll get my seed and I'll pop it, make a little furrow with my finger, pop my seed in, cover it up, and there you go. That is my courgette seed sown. I'll cover you up. Sometimes I might put a little bit more seed compost on top if it's not to the top of the toilet roll. Some on that pepper. There we go. Hi, I'm back from the allotment. So I was down there like a couple of hours and I am now totally shattered. I always feel like when I go to the allotment, I won't stay for long, 2 hours, but because you're digging and bending and weeding and it's quite a lot of physical exertion, now I just feel like I'm totally wiped out. So I've got a cup of tea and my plan was to go and do some PhD work straight away, but I just need to have a moment. So I'm going to finish drinking my tea and read a chapter or two of Patsy. I am 173 pages in and I'm very invested. I'm very much enjoying this. It's very compelling. I like the writing. Some of it is a little bit exposition-y, like there's sentences in there that don't need to be in there. I feel like it could have been edited better. But the story is very compelling. I am gripped. I would like to know what's going to happen. So I'm going to carry on with this for a little bit and then I'm going to go and do some more PhD work. And also, I got some broccoli from my allotments. First time I've successfully grown broccoli, purple sprouting broccoli. So I feel very smug and pleased with myself that I've actually grown something over winter. So I'm going to chill out for a little bit, read, and then check back in a bit later. Okay, so it's late Sunday evening. I'm still very tired after being on the allotment. I read a bit more of Patsy, so I'm at page 194 now. Very much enjoying this. It's dealing with some quite hard stuff, so I won't give any spoilers. I've just got to the part where Patsy is in America and she's had an altercation with her friend who she went out there to meet. And she's trying to basically look after herself and get a job, find somewhere to live, and things are very difficult because she is an illegal immigrant. There's a lot of commentary in here about colorism and the way that operates in America as well as back in Jamaica, and sexism and misogyny, and lots of big themes in here, but it's done very well. I really like the characters. Patsy is having to deal with lots of traumatic stuff. Trigger warning in here. Trigger warning for all of the things. So yeah, it's quite difficult stuff, but I'm really enjoying this story. Katie just did a very big sigh. You probably didn't hear that, but she's in her little igloo bed down there. And sometimes she starts snoring when she's in there. The only thing I actually got finished was this poetry collection. I finished this last night. Was it Saturday? Yeah. I didn't get much reading. No, I didn't get much reading done on Cozy Reading Night because Dan put on Ghost Adventures and promptly fell asleep after 5 minutes. And then I was watching Ghost Adventures. I don't even like it, right? But when it's on and I start watching it, I can't not watch it. So I was distracted by that. So I only finished this and read a bit of Patsy. I like this collection. I didn't love it. This is 3 long poems and they vary in form. So we've got some which is like prose and then some which is just like standard rhyming. I don't know what, I'm not very good with poetry terminology. So the form changes about, and that's really interesting. I felt like I was a little bit outside of this. There were a lot of references I didn't get. Now I don't know whether that's because a lot of it pertains to American culture. There were names and things that I was like just went a bit over my head, but these 3 poems are like stages of life. So the first poem is when she's young, and it's called You, Very Young in New York, and it's just describing the experiences of a young woman in New York, dealing with, trying to find love, sleeping with the wrong people, navigating a career and that kind of stuff. And then there's bits when then the second one is, I've forgotten what it's called, Repeat Until Time, and the third one is Sandpit After Rain. So it's just like you get a sense of her growing up, or this progression through time, because the last one is about her getting pregnant and having a baby. And there was some really like nice, there were some nice lines in here. So individual lines I really appreciated, but overall I felt like I just didn't get some of the bigger references or the overarching themes. But I enjoyed reading it. I wouldn't say it was particularly accessible, but yeah, it had some nice parts in here, so I enjoyed that. I didn't read much else, to be honest. My book club has been put back by a week, so I don't have to rush to get through Patsy. So I might put this down tonight and read a short story from Come Let Us Sing Anyway by Leone Ross, because I do want to get through this short story collection. And also I might read a little bit of Virginia Woolf, Moments of Being, because I need to read some of this for my PhD context research. So that's my plan for tonight, and I'm going to have a bath because I'm very, very tired after that allotment stuff. So I will see you next week for another video. Hope you're all okay. Take care. Bye.